What's an NSFW fact about history that most people don't know?
France would give you a prostitute to marry if you moved to the Louisiana. It was a part of an incentive plan to get people to move there.
Many British towns and cities used to have streets called Gropecund Lane. Streets used to be named for what you'd find there, and Gropecund Lane was a common name for where ladies of the night would ply their trade.
Female Egyptian mummies are always found to be further decomposed, because the family would wait until the body began to decompose to send them for mummification, so that those doing the mummification would not be tempted to commit necrophilia.
Blackbird and a couple of his ships once blockaded a port in South Carolina. The pirates' primary demands were for medicine and equipment used to treat syphilis, mercury and so forth. Edit. Corrected to SC, not VA.
In 1700s Europe, prostitutes set the trend with shaving pubes. They did it because of pubic lice, and were the reason for the invention of merkins.
Former Vice President Nelson Rockefeller died of a heart attack while sledding around with a 25-year-old campaign aide. In ancient Greece, small penises were considered a mark of intelligence and large ones were the opposite. Also, author Victor Hugo was so popular among prostitutes that when he died, most of the brothels and terrace closed their doors for a day of mourning.
Andrew Jackson swore so much that his parrot had to be removed from his funeral as it wouldn't stop swearing.
After he died, Napoleon's penis was removed and was auctioned several times before being bought by a private owner in New York State a few decades ago.
Removed.
Nintendo's empire started with card games, the Yakuza, and love hotels. In ancient Rome, an image of an erect phallus was something of a good luck charm. The more prudish visitors to Pompeii find this out much to their shock when they see them over many doorways and such.
Tiberius Claudius Drusus died from choking on a pear he threw into the air. The tree was then put on trial, found guilty of murder, and was then destroyed.
Cleopatra was the product of 4 consecutive generations of brother-sister marriages. Her family wanted to keep their bloodline pure, and you thought the Lannisters were bad.
Pope Alexander VI liked watching horses.
Lobotomies aren't that old and ran well into your parents' age before the medical industry cracked down on them. They were outpatient procedures. A man who was lobotomized in the 70s, I think, wrote a book called My Lobotomy. It's simple to read due to his decreased mental capacity. He researches why it happened to him. Gets pretty far down the rabbit hole when the doctor who did it dies and the patient notes were released to him. He told one story of going on tour with his doctor and other kids to medical conventions where his doctor tried to convince others of the benefits. He mentioned one girl could barrel stand, peed herself on stage, and they were booed off the stage. It's pretty sad to read, but I'll never forget it.
Mozart composed a song called Lick My Ass.
JFK was a severe sex addict. If he didn't have sex that day, he would get headaches.